Good morning, students of class 10. You are welcome back to the online portal now. Let us continue our lesson. We are doing supplementary reader and we have reached lesson 7, the necklace. Let us continue our lesson. Now, the story is all about this. There are 6 points. The story is all about this, the necklace. It is a sad story, but it's a sad story about a lady, but with a strong message. It teaches us some lessons. There is a strong message for us to learn. What is the message? It is foolish, absurd, ridiculous. It is foolish for people of ordinary means to copy the rich, trying to imitate. Human beings have the nature to imitate. Human beings have the nature to copy. But we should not copy which you cannot afford. So one should live, the message further says, there is another message further. One should live within one's means. Cut your coat according to your cloth. Similarly, according to our means, according to our earnings, we must spend, we must live. Otherwise, he or she invites unnecessary problems and anxieties and confusion in his or her life. Most of the problem arises in our life because we try to copy others, we try to imitate, though we cannot afford. We take loans and we purchase things trying to copy, trying to imitate, and trying to look like other people. So that is the main cause of our misery, problems, and anxiety and confusion in our life. Sometimes we have to repent for life because of our habit of imitating other people. We should live with our own means. Whatever you have earnings, you live accordingly. Not just live in the hi-fi world or in the show. Because everything depends. If you cannot afford and if you try to show, naturally problem arises. So now the main message of the story. The main message of the story is that we should be what we are. This sentence, we should be what we are. We should not try to exaggerate ourselves. False pride is the cause of our suffering. You see that? The false pride is the cause of all our suffering. So we should not be proud. Live as you are. Be what you are. We should be what we are. False pride is the root cause of our suffering, misery, anxiety and confusion, everything. Number 4, the loss here in the story, it's all about the necklace. The loss of a false necklace by Mrs. Mimlosel was not a big loss. The loss of a false necklace, duplicate necklace, is not a big loss. It's a duplicate, not original. But things could have been settled right. Things could have been solved there if she had confessed the loss of the necklace to the owner. The owner was Madame Frostier. Madame Frostier actually, she is the friend of Mimlosel. She was the friend of Mimlosel. Where is Mimlosel? Where is it? Mim Lawson. Both of them are friends, but she could not speak, she could not say the truth. She hid the truth that Mrs. Lawson had lost the necklace which was borrowed from Madame Frosty. And things could have settled easily for the loss of that duplicate or false necklace. It was not a big loss, but things could have been settled right there if she had confessed the loss of the necklace to the owner. She should have forgiven her, but no. These small lapses or the mistakes, the small mistake made by Mrs. Lawson makes her whole life miserable. She had to spend 10 years working very hard to repay the loan she has taken from others. She had taken from others to pay the loss. This simple mistake of Mrs. Lawson makes her whole life miserable and dark. The sad part of the story, the saddest part of the story, that is the cause of all suffering, is the imitation. The imitation word. The necklace itself was an imitation of the original one. And here Mrs. Lawson also tried to imitate the rich. The main word is imitation. So many times we imitate, but certain things are useful, but other things are harmful. We must judge, we must decide which is useful, which is harmful. So the saddest part is the imitation of the story, in the story. So now we will continue in our next class. This much for today. You go through this properly. If you want to copy the notes, you can take the screenshot and copy the notes, and pay attention properly towards your online classes, and keep on studying at home. Don't waste your time. Be wise enough to do that. So that's all for today. We'll meet in the next class and continue our lesson. Thank you very much for watching the video. So that's all.